So I sold this Breitling Avenger diamond dial watch that you see here on eBay. I've sold many luxury watches on eBay, Rolexes, Breitlings, Omegas. I've sold a whole bunch, and I probably knew I was playing with fire, and this time it caught up with me and burned me. So what happened was I sold this watch here on eBay, and the watch had a certificate of authenticity. It had an appraisal for the watch. It had an appraisal for the diamond dial, and was good to go. The watch was in excellent condition. So I sold it on eBay, and the buyer got it and had it for a month and a half, dropped it, broke the crown off, and then tried to return it through eBay, and eBay denied his return. So I thought, okay, that's the end of it. Fast forward about 3 or 4 weeks, I get from PayPal the fact that the buyer had opened a claim against me, and I want to go through that and talk about it. So to give you a little bit of background, I listed this watch on eBay and gave the specs, when I bought it, who I bought it from, the fact that it had the appraisal both for the watch and the diamonds, and the certificate of authenticity, along with the authenticity card for the Kosk movement, and made it a normal eBay sale, saying no returns. If you have any questions, let me know before you buy. I'll answer any questions. Please ask any questions before you bid. And I had it listed as an auction with a buy it now price, and my first inclination that something might be wrong was that the buyer just paid the buy it now price without either bidding or submitting an offer. And of course I had it up at the top, and I would have come down a little bit of money had they emailed with a best offer that was within reason. I would have sold it for the best offer. So tip number one, that something was wrong, was buying it for the actual listing price and not negotiating down. So the buyer bought it. I shipped it to him overnight. I paid the shipping. Everything was all good. I emailed the buyer, said, hey, I see you got the watch. Let me know if you have any questions. Never heard a word from him. The next thing I know is I get some emails on eBay. So let's talk about those really quickly. Actually, before we do that, I want to read to you the PayPal claim. Dated March 22nd, 2019. Buyer says, and you will see when we go through the emails the buyer sent to me on eBay that somebody other than the buyer wrote this claim to PayPal. When I received the watch, it was fine. I wore it a couple times in rotation with my other watches. After about 1.5 months, when adjusting the time on the watch, the crown popped out of place. Believing it was my fault, I brought it to Long's Jewelers in South Shore Plaza in Braintree, Mass. For service and repair of the watch. They sent it to Breitling for them to fix it, but the watch was rejected because it was deemed not authentic and was sent back to Long's Jewelers for me to pick up. I have forwarded the PayPal receipt from Long's. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I think he meant two. I have forwarded PayPal the receipt from Long's Jewelers confirming that I in fact dropped it off for them to repair. Now, you'll see one of the most important things in there was he says he has the receipt for where he dropped it off. Fine, that's great. You broke the watch, you took it in for repair. Sure, you're going to have a receipt that it had been dropped off. What is missing from this is any indication as to what the cost would be to repair it, or more importantly, number two, any indication that the watch isn't genuine, which it is. Certainly, if he had something from either Breitling or this jeweler saying that the watch was not authentic, he would have included that, which he didn't. But you note he says that the crown popped off as he pulled it out to try to adjust the time, which you're going to see in a minute is a complete fabrication. Totally not true. And if you know anything about the Breitling Avenger, it's a Valjoux 7750. That crown is not going to break off by adjusting it. All right, so here was my response to the buyer's claim on PayPal. I believe the claims of the buyer are false. I sold the watch on 1/11/19, and the first time he contacted me about a problem was on 2/22/19, about a month and a half later. He flat out told me at first that he, quote, dropped the watch. The watch was listed as no returns and asked questions before bidding. The watch was shipped in the exact condition as the listing stated, great condition, and this watch was in perfect condition. I provided an appraisal and COA to the buyer. That would be the appraisal for the watch, the appraisal for the diamonds, and the COSC certification. I have 100% positive feedback on eBay and sold many luxury Swiss watches on the site. Again, I've sold Rolexes, I've sold Breitlings, I've sold Omegas. I even listed a Patek, but I ended up selling it to a local jeweler. I wouldn't jeopardize my seller reputation by selling a fake watch. The buyer admits he dropped the watch. He has an invoice from the repair shop stating he dropped the watch. He claims the watchmaker says the watch is fake, but he's refused to provide that to me, and in his claim with PayPal has provided no such proof. Additionally, I don't know who drafted his claim to PayPal, but it does appear not to be the buyer. Below are the exact profane emails we exchanged. And by the way, by profane, I mean the emails from him were profane. I tried to be professional back. And I did not fix his typos. So when you see these typos, these are the actual emails cut and pasted into PayPal so they could see what I was dealing with. New message from redacted. Just when I took the clock, I dropped the knob, and then I'm sent to the company, and they say this watch was face. What I do now? And then I had written to him, that's not a fake watch. I bought it in 2016 for blank dollars and had it appraised. I have attached the original invoice from when I bought it. You can contact the original seller to confirm that, which was the AD, authorized dealer. Plus, I shipped it a month and a half ago, and now you're claiming it's fake. And he says, why you sell me watch fake, no good, and I pay blank. The Indians are so dirty. Now, I'm in Indiana. I'm assuming he means Hoosiers or people from Indiana. Which is bizarre. I'm not Indian of the Native American or Central Asian subcontinent type. Don't know why I said that. Bizarre. I kind of got a chuckle. So if I lose several $1,000s on this watch, at least I got some good entertainment. I think the people like with you all your life will only eat and deceive people. Wow. I hope you represent your people because you look at us with your dirty eyes for all of your people. Fuck you. I don't know where to start with that. I don't know this person. He says I look at his people. I don't know anything about this buyer. And so I went on to say, I believe buyer dropped the watch 6 weeks after he purchased it and now wants to stick me with the repair. Buyer's return was denied by eBay, and he didn't leave any negative feedback. Seems pretty straightforward to me. It seems like a claim PayPal should deny. He's been shown that he lied as to the reason for the return. It's not fake. He dropped it and broke it and doesn't want to pay for the repair. And clearly I've shown that from the emails he sent and the receipt from the jeweler where he admits he dropped it. Shouldn't be my problem as a private seller on eBay. I sold him a perfectly good watch. He drops it. He makes the claim. Here's what I got back from PayPal. We've been reviewing your case. We've been reviewing a case your buyer filed against you and previously decided the best course of action was to have them return your merchandise. We have now received the shipment tracking information from blank redacted for the return of your merchandise. Please log in once it's returned and let us know you got it. So PayPal's decision was, even though I've proven that the buyer dropped the watch, I've proven the watch is authentic by the documentation I sent, I've got the receipt showing he dropped the watch, they're letting him return it, giving him a full refund, and I'm stuck now with repairing this watch where some jackass dropped the watch, broke the crown off, and now I'm stuck with the repair. So finally, here's what I wrote back to PayPal. There was nowhere on the PayPal website for me to confirm I received the item back, even though PayPal said there should be somewhere on there. There wasn't. I received the watch back today from the buyer in transaction number blank, whatever. He did, in fact, drop and break the watch several weeks after he bought it. I confirmed it by looking at the watch. It was in perfect condition when he received it. The repair will be more than $2,000. I have found PayPal's dispute system to be extremely unfair. This buyer bought a perfectly good watch, broke it several weeks later, misrepresented the authenticity of the watch, and now I'm stuck with a $2,000 repair. The buyer broke off the crown of the watch, which he admitted. See the attached photo, which you guys see. He also failed to send back the original box, diamond appraisal, and certificate of authenticity. This will cost me another $500 to replace. He simply bought it, broke it, and is getting a full refund. This is totally unacceptable. This, unfortunately, will lead me to file suit against the buyer and pursue any and all remedies against PayPal via the terms of service. This is the most important part, or Indiana law, to the extent the terms of service are ambiguous. So under Indiana law, if terms of service are ambiguous, I can sue PayPal here in Indiana, and I'm not bound by the terms of service. I just have to show that the terms of service are ambiguous. The terms of service are that thick. I'm about halfway through them. Just to give you an update, I didn't print this out and put it in here, but I got an email back from PayPal saying, we received your email, the one I just showed you, and if you can show us what the cost will be to repair it, then we'll take another look at it. You have 7 days to get this done. The problem is I cannot get the watch sent into Breitling, get it back, get the authenticity card, buy another box or get another original box from Breitling, and have it appraised within 7 days, because the first thing I have to do is send it to Breitling and get the certified letter from them about how much the repair is going to cost. That's going to take at least 30 days. So my response back to PayPal is, hey, I appreciate the fact that you're willing to take another look at this, but I'm not going to be able to do it in the time frame you want. I have other remedies. They don't know this, but I sue people for a living. I'm a personal injury and wrongful death lawyer, so it's just easier for me to sue the buyer and potentially PayPal. So in the overall scheme of things, my whole point of this video is, number one, be careful selling luxury watches on eBay. Number two, if you're going to sell luxury watches on eBay, require some sort of payment other than PayPal if that's possible. Otherwise, avoid selling luxury watches on eBay. So I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I want to hear your comments on this one. Feel free to leave me comments. Am I a dumbass for selling luxury watches on eBay? I might be. I won't do it anymore. I certainly won't accept PayPal for payment on anything over a couple $100 that I sell on eBay, because PayPal flat out screwed me on this one. I don't blame eBay, but I do blame PayPal. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, I appreciate you watching. Follow me on Instagram, Sophisticated Neanderthal, and we'll see you in the next one.